Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today we're going to be talking about something that I have been writing about a bit over the last couple of weeks, the event in San Francisco, vizthink 208, who was done in the Westin Hotel about almost a month back. And we have here the personality that make it possible, the CEO of vizthink, Tom Crawford. Tom, welcome to Madrid.
Thank you, Rodolfo. Good to be here.
It's nice to have you here, and I would like to see what is the feedback that you're getting from the people that were there.
The feedback has actually been truly phenomenal. We've been completely overwhelmed by the positive feedback from the entire group. People are excited about the diversity, about meeting new people, about the opportunity to network, about the opportunity to learn new content, to learn new ideas, and be able to take those back and apply them at their companies. It was incredibly exciting to watch them get involved and jump right in and learn new things.
Unfortunately, there were not so many Spaniards. I think I was one, and someone else was there, but not many.
Not many.
Probably less than 12, I guess.
Certainly. Overall, though, we had over 20% non-U.S. people, closing in on 21%. It was a phenomenal group reflected from all over the world, from Australia, New Zealand, to France and Germany, to South Africa.
So it was very, the amount of people that came from outside the U.S. was, you said, 21%?
21%.
It was quite good, yeah.
It was quite good, very surprising for our first year, as people didn't know about us or know that we existed, to be able to pull from all of the regions of the world, truly.
Now, there were about 400 people. I mean, how do you share them? I mean, there were mostly practitioners, mostly business manager, was a good mixture. I mean, how you think that the feeling was?
It was right down the middle, actually. We had about 50% of people who were artists in some form. They either knew how to draw, they took photographs, they did video, some form of artistic expression. And the other half were corporate executives, people in senior leadership positions like vice presidents, directors of strategy, chief information officers, various levels of senior executives across a variety of companies, from technology companies to healthcare to insurance to finance, a very broad array of companies.
Tom, I've been to many events, and I've never seen an event like the one you did. So can you explain what was the basic difference? I mean, we've been to many events, and in events normally you have one person do a presentation and everyone listening. Your event was not like this. I mean, what made the difference?
Well, we really tried very hard to make it different, because visual thinking is a different approach, and we thought that we should, as much as possible, put into practice some of the principles that we were telling people they should be using. So with that, we decided that lecture wasn't the right way, that PowerPoint with pages and pages of bullets was not the right way, and that we should create an environment that helped people practice the things that we were telling them about. So, for example, all of the tables in all of the facility, both the general sessions and the breakout rooms, were all set up in rounds. The idea was to encourage people to talk to each other. You put 8 or 10 people around a table, they're forced to look at each other rather than look up at a screen and never talk to the person next to them. In addition, we covered the entire area with paper and pencils and Post-it notes and whiteboards. The ability for people to be able to actually get their hands on and try and experiment with the ideas as the facilitator was leading them through the discussion. So it was very much designed to be hands-on, networking, and discussion-based, and that was some of the things that people love the best, is being able to meet new people and really get down and talk to them for an hour or 2 or 3 at a time to be able to figure out the new ideas and share what they have been working on.
You talk about the facilitators. I mean, what is a facilitator in your view, and how did you choose them?
That's a great question. We chose that word specifically, and it's a loaded word in many ways, but what it really was designed to do is to help people understand that they weren't going to hear a lecturer, or a presenter. They were going to have a person who stood at the front of the room and help guide them through a facilitated discussion. So they would ask the audience questions, get them involved, and get them participating in the activity rather than just a moment where it's a tell, where you're told what to do rather than shown what to do and where you get to try it. Choosing them was a lot of fun, actually. It may have been one of the most fun parts of putting the event together. I got to talk to hundreds of amazing people out in the field, and getting to narrow that down and select some of the best was a really challenging thing to do, but I had a lot of support from great people like Dave Gray, who helped network and find some of the right people, and David Sibbett, and Christine Martel, and Nancy Duarte, all of which who we found through the network, but then also brought in more people with them. And that was just a phenomenal thing to see. One of the most interesting things about this community is they want to reach out and they want to reach into their communities and bring those in. And that's very unusual for a lot of conferences. Many conferences, the one person comes and that's it, or they might bring a colleague. Here they were reaching out and bringing friends, and in some cases even family, and reaching out to more of their network about the excitement that they were seeing in visual thinking. So we were very gratified about that.
Tom, let's talk now about Europe.
Sure.